Hi, welcome to this month's ComMITT Kit. My name is Shauna Alverez, and we're here at the Grow a Row Farm to Fork Kitchen at our farm in Pittstown, New Jersey. And it is August here, which means our farm is bursting at the seams with beautiful produce of all kinds, all shapes, all colors. We have eggplants, peppers, tomatoes, zucchini. Everything is sort of ripe at the same time. And if you have a garden at home, or you are going to the farmer's market or food pantry and you're getting a lot of this produce at once, it might be a little overwhelming to know what to do with it. So today we're going to make a sheet pan dinner. We've made a few of these in this program and they are a crowd favorite. And this is sort of our late summer sheet pan dinner. We're going to use all the different produce that we grow, zucchini, eggplants, tomatoes, and peppers. We're going to add an onion, some delicious seasonings, and we're going to put it on the sheet pan. We're going to top it with chicken today, but this is super adaptable as usual. So this dish is sort of a take on ratatouille, which is what the French would do with all of these vegetables, but cultures all over the world have this problem at the same time. When a lot of produce is ripe in the garden, there's dishes that sort of are born from that, and this is one of them. There's a Spanish version, a Middle Eastern version, and here in New Jersey, I guess this is the New Jersey version. So to get started, I'm going to chop up all of these vegetables to roughly the same size, and we're going to talk about eggplant a little bit. We'll season it all up, top it with chicken, pop it in the oven. When it comes out, everything will be done and dinner's on the table. A note, you can switch out the protein. So we're doing chicken breast today. You can do chicken thighs, drumsticks, anything like that. You can do pork chops. You can do fish, would be really delicious. And if you don't want to include meat, you could just toss a can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans in with the vegetable mixture and roast it, and it would be a totally complete dinner and really delicious as well. So let's get started. So let's talk about these veggies for a little bit. Today we're going to do zucchini, peppers, tomatoes, and an onion, because that's what we have. You can use any variety of vegetables you want. We're also going to use eggplant, and today eggplant's the vegetable I want to talk to you about, because a lot of people ask me about eggplant this time of year. It's beautiful to look at. You know, maybe you see it in the store, at the pantry, you grow one and you're excited to have it, but a lot of people don't know what to do with it once they have it in their hand. So a couple things. It's often suggested that you salt eggplant before you eat it. That's to draw out the bitterness, traditionally, but eggplants have changed a lot over the years, and a lot of the bitterness has actually been bred out of eggplants, so it's not necessary anymore to really do it for that reason. One reason it is good to do it is it helps to bring some of the water out of it. So if you're baking or roasting something, you can get a little of that water out before if you don't want it in your dish. I don't have a lot of time when I cook, so I like to skip steps like salting just to get it on the table. So we're just going to chop this up. We're not going to peel it. We're not going to take the seeds out. We're just going to chop it up into roughly 1-inch pieces. That's what I'm going to do with the rest of the vegetables. That's the size. And then it's tomato season here, so we are going to use fresh tomatoes today, like this beautiful tomato that was picked yesterday at the farm. And I'm going to chop this up and throw it in there. If it's not tomato season, you don't have tomatoes or they're not ripe, you can always use canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes are one of my best friends. They're always in my pantry. The only thing about when you buy canned goods is you want to make sure that you're buying low or no salt added products, because it'll help you control the flavor at the end of the dish. And it's, you know, it's great if you need to eat a reduced salt diet. That's an easy way to watch your salt. So it will just say it, sometimes it says it on the front, no salt added, but you can always check the nutrition label and it'll say the percentage of sodium. Anything under 5 is low, anything over 20 is high. So depending on what your goals are, take that information into consideration. I'm going to chop up all the vegetables, and we want them to be roughly the same size so they cook at roughly the same amount of time. And we'll season them up, put some chicken on it, put it in the oven, and dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes. Okay, so all of our vegetables are seasoned in here and they're mixed together, and our chicken is seasoned with the exact same combination of seasonings. What I'm showing you today is like the full experience for this. So we have a huge bowl of veggies that we're gonna roast and we can use throughout the week and other things. This is definitely gonna take 2 sheet pans, so I'm gonna make one with the chicken on top and one with just veggies to use again for other dinners. Depending on the size of the produce you have, that's gonna affect the volume of the vegetables you end up with. So we have some pretty sizable zucchinis on the farm right now. So this mixture has like that much more volume because I used the whole one. If you want to make less, you can always just use a part of the produce you have or omit one of the kinds of produce altogether to end up with the amount that's right for you and your family. So I'm going to put this veggie mixture on here, top it with chicken, and put it in the oven at 375 for about 15 to 25 minutes. It depends. I'm gonna check. Once the chicken is cooked through and the eggplant is nice and soft, then the whole mixture is done. The other vegetables, it doesn't really matter how cooked they are, but the eggplant, you wanna make sure it's nice and soft and custardy because that's really when it's delicious. So I'm gonna get started. Right, so we just pulled this out of the oven. It looks delicious. It smells really good. We've been having farm workers, team members coming in being like, what's cooking, what's cooking? This will make your house smell incredible. So you can tell it's done because the vegetables are starting to brown, the chicken's nice and brown, and then when you poke the eggplant, it's nice and soft. It kind of collapses a little bit. The eggplant, like I said earlier, is the one thing you want to make sure is cooked all the way through. And to eat it today, I am going to cut up the chicken into slices, put some of the vegetables on here, some chicken, and put some lemon, parsley, and feta cheese on top. And this would be a really good one to eat with pita, hummus, some of the yogurt, some of the things we've already been doing in this program. You could serve it with rice, with couscous, any sort of grain like that as well. Dice it up. You know, these are really big chicken breasts today. I always like to cut it up into smaller pieces, especially for little kids, and just give them like the 5 or 6 small pieces that they'd like to stretch the chicken out for a few meals. And when chicken breasts are this big, they can usually serve a few people pretty easily. Put some veggies on here. Some chicken. And then this is how I would eat it at home. Would cut a little bit of this lemon. This is one of those lemons I've taken most of the zest off. It's getting kind of squishy. So this is a good thing. With lemon all over it. Some feta. It's nice and salty and creamy. And then a little bit of parsley. There we go. I hope you enjoy it. As always, get in touch with me. Let me know how you prepared this meal kit, if you made any changes or substitutions, or if you have any requests or suggestions for future meals. Thanks a lot. Happy cooking.